with you all is basically, sometimes I don't like doing videos, or like last night I was doing a video, or not a video, a podcast, which I like podcasts better. I can actually lay in my bed and do a podcast where I don't have to sit on my butt and do anything. Now, I'm trying to figure out why my battery keeps draining itself. I know Chloe left the phone, what do you call it? She left the phone, what do you call it? She left the phone on the windowsill and the battery drained rapidly. But I mean, I turn off everything I can think of on this phone, and yet, it's still, I got to keep plugging it in. So I don't know. I mean, I've checked everything out. I don't think my phone's being tapped or anything. It's just, but anyways, so one of the things I like to do is podcasts. I like to do podcasts better than anything else. My motto is I'm a little tired, and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm getting to the point in my life where, I was talking to a guy the other day, and I got to share this with you. And I was going to trade some games for a Super Mario Brothers Deluxe Wii U. The one where it's actually on the Switch now. I had everything planned out. The guy flakes out. He never even messages me. He's like, "Oh, I can give you 3. I'll take your 3 games for a brand new one." But thing is I'm taking a $200 hit. Now, the thing is, I had a guy say, "Don't do that. Hold on to it. I could probably work something out." But the problem is, I was going to do this for Chloe's birthday. Now, the guy turns around, right? And he turns around and he's like, "Yeah, I can bring you something to eat." Right, you can bring something to eat. Really, that's interesting to know. You can bring something to eat. I mean, literally. So, for some of you wondering, I'm actually wearing a sports bra, and then under the sports bra, my actual bra. So, I'm just pulling them together just a little bit, So, so I was going to trade, 3 games, one being a Zelda unopened, Legend of Zelda, collector's edition, the actual collector's edition of Zelda. The one that basically, well, what do you call it, ladies and gentlemen? The one that has like Zelda 2, Zelda Master Quest, and a whole bunch of those on GameCube. And then I was going to sell or trade Quake 2 unopened, sealed for the PlayStation 1, and then the other one was Gauntlet Legends. Now, I posted on Facebook, and let me just tell you, I've got a few bites on it, but nothing major. Now, some of you out there, especially Mother Danielle, is like, "Well, why don't you do a topic about different things?" Now, I did a 4-hour video the other day. It's actually archived. The reason I refuse to I gotta redo my hair. The reason I refuse everyone on the what do you call it? The certain topics is I'm tired of it. I mean, I hear people sit there and say, "Well, shouldn't you do this and shouldn't do that?" And then I have people like Jess, who's an awesome friend, who's like, supports me and stuff, and a good friend. And it's like, Jess knows that probably can tell that I'm tired of talking about certain issues or subjects. So that's why I don't do videos that often. I mean, I lambasted one of the groups I was with, because they are all men in dresses, plain and simple. That's it. I mean, literally. And then I have people say, "Well, you should do this online. You should do that online." Well, let's talk about something more interesting online then. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about these trans issues. Let's talk about my issue for a minute. How about all this gray hair? I mean, wouldn't that be a better topic than talking about that? Or how about cigars? I'm looking at a lot of flavorful cigars.
Your big plan in 2020.
Yes, I'm running, as you all know, for president. You guys can check out my channel. The problem is like I said, I'm getting to the point in my life where I don't give a damn. I don't want to hear oh yeah, look at this. I mean, let me put it to this way. The other day, I was browsing a Facebook post, and so many guys. I had like 6 people remove me. Oh, you're a tranny lover. No, I'm not actually. But some of them stuck with me. Even my cigar friends stood with me. They know who I am, and they're like, "Hun, stay cool." I posted a bunch of bullshit about how these celebrities are like, oh yes, all these millionaires on the TV show. Oh yeah, honey, I had a sex change. I got millions. I'm a real woman. You're not fucking real, okay? You're a fucking man who win it. I mean, I see so many of these girls nowadays getting it done. And let me just put it this way. To me, if you're gonna be in a drag show, you should just be fucking a performer. You shouldn't be going through a fucking sex change, okay? Enough said, right?
Yeah.
The point is,
Like
you're making us all look bad.
Beer drinking guy who put on that suit.
Oh yeah, it's like the fucking thing on my Facebook post where the guy's acting all girly and everything, and he gets out and he pulls off his clothes, his stockings first, and his shoes and his stockings. You don't see that part. Then he pulls off the bra, and then you pull off then he pulls off the hair, And by the way, did you notice something?
What?
It's like video shot, because if you notice the one picture, right, we're going to talk about this for a second. I want to share this. Shows the video where the person's sitting there, right? As soon as they take off the mask, right, they show there's no hair. So there's like another stand-in, right? Then the third one shows the girl. If you look in the back, there's a zipper. Before then, there's no zipper. So there's like 3 different type of women, doing it. One's like completely bald, But the thing is I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm tired of these people sitting there. Makeup makes a woman. This now. I mean, look, I got a nice message this today coming back from the store. Was it the store? No, it was anyways, it had to do with transgendered issues or something. And, it was really weird. I mean, I don't remember, but anyways, for example, one of the things I was forgetful, right, is Chloe today says we're going to leave a few groceries for our adopted mother to bring home at the store, from her little work volunteer job, right? So she kind of knocks on the door, and I'm sleeping. I'm like, what the hell's the dog barking? It turns out she's there. She's like, how did you get the dog food? And I'm going, I thought you took dog food out to your car already. That's what I thought. Was there only one bag, or did you bring some down, or was it the eggs she brought down?
Eggs.
And then I'm thinking, do I really want to trust eggs? It's been in the car 4 hours and not refrigerated. I mean, literally. I mean, you take refrigerated goods, right? I mean, I'm just like, do we really want to try the eggs? I mean, yeah, they say you got to be refrigerated and, et cetera, et cetera. Now, one of the things I want to share with you, is tomorrow's Chloe's birthday. And Chloe got a card. And, finally we delivered the little watch for Christmas time to the neighbor. I ordered a watch, and she's just loving it. And it's so cool, man. But we conversed about a couple issues, and we're just normal people, and I was telling her that. But I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm not giving a damn either. I mean, I've been looking at other options. I got my DS charged. My 3DS. I've been playing Mario. I want to go back tonight. I've just been trying to live on coffee, but the other thing is I'm out of tobacco. So I wonder if tobacco could be leading to about a depression too. I mean. Well, like I said in the previous video, and I want to share this, and I'm just looking at the time thing, is one of the things that happened to me and Chloe was yesterday. Chloe, she's using different glasses because she broke them. So what she did was she got mad, and it was like a different personality. I'm not holding Chloe at fault for it, but Chloe needs to realize there's got to be something to be done. Now I know her family's like, oh, you need to do this and that. Well. The thing is, and I was going to ask you this, not to bring up your mother, but what was she, before I dozed off completely, what was she saying about something about meds? She thinks you need meds?
Yes. She said, well, if you find the right meds, you should be on them. So you can, she's like, so you can work. She wants me to work.
Oh, last week You need to be on disability. Now you need to work. Why is that?
Like when government shut down, you need a job.
Well, let me guess. Government shut down. I need a job too. Is that what she's saying?
No, it's like you're on disability.
Yeah, well,
I can't get on it because
Yeah, here's a good one. Good one for you Facebook players. My superpower is holding on to junk for years and throwing it away a week before I need it.
Wow.
Don't you get the joke? You throw away something a week before you need it, then All right, so one of the things I want to share with you all is, like I said, basically, I am at the height of my life where, hey, see this? Even though we don't talk about it, Vice President's wife is happy to work at a school that is an anti-LGBTQ school.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's
She's
big
very
news.
anti-LGBT.
Yes, I think where she's preaching, practicing or whatever. But anyways, enough about that. I'm out there in the world, basically pointing to these transgender people. My mother was talking to me about, other issues. So look at this. The Facebook news is basically, like I said, a guy basically is making money off of people who are not cancer patients, and I think it's BS. So they're showing a picture of a woman that's probably a pregnant woman who's getting her breasts milked, and one of the things I want to say, is I'm tired of seeing transgendered people on Facebook. Just perfect, they look perfect, they sit there the perfect size, but the main reason is because they're just jealous. Video be ourselves, do whatever, do your dip, do your cigar. Well, cigars are something I'm looking into for springtime. Literally, I got people sitting there messaging me, "Oh, cool, Nintendo," and so forth and so on. And I am just upset. Let me see, mother. Hey, I said this. Let me see. So apparently my mother's phone's acting up, saying something about the battery. This phone here is not bad, but the battery is the problem too. Literally, I'm charging this, right? And it's not the basically thing where it's been dropped too many times and there's scratches and stuff. This is just, literally little dents here and little dents there, nicks and boots and stuff and bruises and the main thing is it's charging, and I had one time it's like Wi-Fi is going in, which I'm almost out of Wi-Fi data because the damn phone basically is like, you've used your thing. So I'm gonna have to increase the data to make sure I have enough data just as a backup to watch the Super Bowl coming up, unless I can get to town, which I'm hoping maybe what's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yes.
Hopefully, Friday, we might be having a little extra money. If we have a little extra money, we can go to town and get some more groceries. Because as Chloe knows, our food stamps are supposed to be reloaded soon. But who knows how soon? I don't know. So, but we're both worried about our food stamps, and So here, let's move this down just a bit. There you go. So you guys can see the melons, the good old girls. But no, honestly, basically, the government shut down. I was trying to do a podcast last night, and it was triggered Chloe to basically go ape over something stupid, we will say, and it just triggered the whole nuclear explosion. I mean, literally, and so, Chloe has, and I was talking to someone about some issues, and pretty much the autistic thing, they don't want to diagnose Chloe autistic. Like I said, they want to diagnose Chloe with borderline. And so every time I talk to someone, like, oh, they had a borderline episode. It's not. I've never. I mean, I was talking to someone the other fucking day, right? And I said I got even mad, right? And I got mad at something, and the lady's like, "Well, you're having an episode too, but yours is milder." Chloe basically was pushing buttons. This is what the crisis team said. She's like, "It ain't a kind of plates, need a kind of sheriff." Anyways, what the problem was with Chloe just triggered. It had a trigger, right? She was just pushing and pushing. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to talk about mental illness this much, but I think if she had a secret weapon in her arsenal, she could push someone to suicide. Literally. I mean, the way she flips everything, and it was, and I'm not complaining. Chloe's like, "Oh, you're going to complain." No, I'm not. I was just saying, from the episode. I mean, look, I have to deal with the shit every day. I was in tears yesterday. I have been depressed today because, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And people sit there and say, "Well, how do you handle it? You're a beautiful woman. How do you handle it?" I don't handle it. That's the thing. I mean, look. All right, let me put it to you in easy terms, okay? And I'm not complaining to her about her at all, okay? I will bitch about her on one issue. She took away my Shih Tzu. And look, my Shih Tzu's on her lap. I mean,
not my fault. He wants to be. He's like he's addicted to me.
Come here. You're gonna stay with me, not her. All right. I take care. Yes, but I this is my service dog, and I'm always pampering him, taking care of him, looking after him, giving him treats. Hey, you want some treats? Huh? You got some chicken stuff today? All right. So with my discussion with Moppy, all right. If I put him on the floor. So one of the things I wanted to share with you all is the whole ordeal of what's going on, all right? So with all these idiots turning around, oh, yeah, we got to get you a haircut. Look handsome again, Is a lot of people, and I'm not complaining about, Chloe, but a lot of people out there, you going to behave yourself, huh? Is he going to behave himself?
Yes.
Is he going to jump on you?
Probably, so you might want to just hold him.
I'll get you a treat in a bit. Yeah. So basically what I wanted to share with you all is this, okay? One of the things that disturbs me, okay, is the fact that I have people out there that say I'm literally being abused. I mean, I have neighbors that call the police, call the sheriff, call the APS, call this, call that. And I had to explain to a psychiatrist the other day, and she's like, "Oh, that is abuse. Oh, that's abuse." But then she looked up some information, because I released info, and found out that autism is basically a conglomerate of crap thrown into a blender. Now, you can't just sit there, tear it out, and say, "Oh, guess what, Chloe? You're borderline." Put it right over her head, borderline. And then you got one other people saying, "Oh, no, they're bipolar, they're bipolar too." No, they just did bipolar 2 in. The thing is, they're not bipolar or that, okay? Bipolar and borderline lapse at each other, but that would say, you need medications. Now, what they were trying to say was, and that is, unless unless Chloe's mom knows more than I do, I don't know. But for what I understand from Chloe's mother is, one person posted a while ago on my own channel something to do with doctors don't lie. Well, okay, doctors don't lie, but if they're saying she's not autistic, then she must be borderline. All right, let's just cut the bullshit, okay? This morning, we got into it again, okay? And we got into it again, and Chloe was going on and on and on, and the thing is I'm getting to the point of my life, and there's a couple triggers, there's 2 triggers I have. And, I'm not complaining, okay? Well, one of the triggers is I have family, and don't say anything more. I don't want another trigger. I got family, I got friends, I got doctors, I got social workers, I got therapists, I got police. All this crap going, she's abusive. And then, people sit there and upset me, you know. And you know, I'm gonna basically say it, okay? I care. I have a gold heart. I will take a hit for the team. But I'm tired of having people sit there and tell me, well, like I know this girl the other day, very cute. She's very attractive. You know, she's a trans woman. I don't know if she was trying to replace Chloe or whatever, but she's like, I am a woman who is very down to earth, caring, kind, and loving, who wouldn't do this shit, you know, because, you know, people have heard through the grapevine. Problem is, you know, I have red flags on people. I mean, literally red flags. I got one person who wants me to get a bank account. It's like, I can't have one. Wow, you ain't going to, I'll send you money. I don't trust you, lady. That's why I'm not talking to you. I mean, literally, if you're gonna fucking sit there and tell me yes or no, you know, there's a freaking problem, you know. I mean, I'm tired as hell to deal with some jackass. Tell me what I can and can't do, you know. I mean, literally. And then I basically banned one lady who's a brick-faced bastard because, you know, they're like, oh, you know, I just literally banned them, the bastard. And then on top of all this, I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of the other ladies, you know. I mean, literally, one lady wants to freaking sit there and say, oh, you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to talk to me. Well, I don't want to talk to you. You're a scammer. I mean, literally. I mean, I am basically tired of the issues going out. But back to Chloe, you know, when it comes to me, okay, look, when I have an alcoholic break, I break into the point where I'm not. I just basically had enough when it came to the community, you know, and that's the hell with them. So I still stand by my statement. Now, when it comes to Chloe, you know, I'm getting tired of people sitting there and calling up and then, you know, having people contact me or message me. Oh, was there an outfit or an outburst? Yes, there was, but it's okay. What was it about? We heard it was this. It's like, big deal. I mean, literally what upsets me the most is, okay, is I get government agencies. I got so many people saying that you're just going to be ran into the ground. Okay, maybe they're right. Okay, let me just put it this way. Maybe they're right, but I don't see your mother helping. I don't see your father helping. I don't see your grandparents helping. I mean, tonight I hear, oh, you need to get meds too, you can work. You do know the meds, if she has got meds and she's on unmedicated, say 2027, she might lose it and kill a few people at work. Or lose it after she has to pay all her check out to meds. I mean, these meds aren't cheap. You know this, Chloe. But my point is, you see me complaining? No. All I'm saying is I'm tired of people sitting there going, oh, well, you know, you're being a bitch. I mean, look what happened, all right? I was talking to Chloe, all right? And one of the presents she wanted, and I'm going to grab something real quick, and I'm going to say it. Hold on a sec. Hold on. To trade these 3 games. They're sealed, by the way. This one's worth $160 apparently. Unsealed. This one's got Zelda 2, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Zelda Majora's Mask. This is Gauntlet Legend. This is about $70, I think it is. And then Quake's 50, Quake 2. See, all sealed. I mean, look at that. Completely sealed. And yet, I was going to trade for 1 game. Okay, 1 game. That's cool. Unfortunately, people are saying don't trade. These are sealed. Don't trade that little for little. You know, so one of the things is I was hoping someone would be kind enough to give money also. And reason for it is, you know, we're struggling. I mean, look, the economy's hurting, okay? Chloe's worried about food. That's one of the triggers that happened in this government shutdown. And I'm thinking, and I told Chloe, it's my paranoia. I mean, I don't know what Chloe's mom thinks, but I think the problem is it's all about martial law. I mean, look, you're getting your food stamps twice in 1 month because they don't know if they can pay, and you got to go till March. I mean, right there, they're saying that they're not opening the government in February. I mean, literally, it's got to be the whole damn Democratic Party knows they're not going to get it. But if they can slowly break away the people. I mean, look at this problem, okay? I mean, I was gonna ask Chloe today to Google something for me, but I know she's so busy with Roller Coaster
No, I
Tycoon.
could actually do it.
I can look it up on my phone. Don't worry.
What is it?
The thing is I've heard rumors that the FDA is not going to be able to pay food banks soon, and because some food banks are funded by the federal government, food pantries, etc., then it will be slowly shutting down to the point of no return. So, with that said, everyone needs to realize what's going to happen in the world. So, but well, for example, I want to share with you the reason I'm charging my phone up tonight at this time of night is
more likely more people's gonna die.
well, we'll see about it. Okay, I don't think that's going to happen. But one of the things I want to share with you all is there's a couple things that we're really hurting for. Okay, now one of the things is I didn't expect this government shutdown to stay 26 days. Okay, or 27. It's almost a month. Now they say a month is like 28 days, but give or take, I don't know how a month happens, but I always thought a month was the full month, 30 days, 28 days there. But February is 28, then there's 31 in March. But let's just talk about that. The economy is going to be pretty much tanking soon if we don't get the economy fully started. I mean, literally, I just was talking to someone who was saying that the jobs over down south of us past Seattle are filling up fast. I mean, people are just jumping on board knowing that they need paychecks and they want to work somewhere else where they're getting paychecks instead of waiting. I mean, look what happened, okay? The government turns around and says, oh, it's mandatory. We bring all the IRS employees back, but they got to work for free. Whatever happened to the 15th Amendment abolishing slavery, Chloe?
Mm-hmm.
You don't work for free. That's what it is. They're bringing back slavery, Chloe. So many Americans are saying absolutely not. They're quitting, and they're like, "Oh well, we're gonna punish them." You can punish a person for basically you can discipline them, but you know what? They can turn around and say, "Fuck you! You're not paying me a dime. Go kiss my ass," and they can leave. And what happens? I bet you within a month the government will be reopened if these people stand their ground and just fucking leave. I mean, you guys get jobs elsewhere. I mean, look, so let me put it this way. If every person in the IRS turned around and freaking left, how many people would be bitching about the checks, Chloe?
A lot.
They would have to hire people. How do you hire people in a government shutdown when the entire IRS pretty much isn't getting paid?
It won't work.
Exactly. So you cripple the IRS, you all leave. The Parks Department and other departments, I read like 90 things right now that's happening, and a lot of them can be avoided if you just put your foot down and said no. I mean, and a judge basically said, we have to think about the citizens. You're going to get back pay soon as this shutdown ends. Back pay.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, if you lose your house, that's not our problem. That's what the freaking judge is basically saying. I'm sorry, but I have sympathy for the people. Literally. I mean, Chloe's mom sits there and says, oh, nothing's going to happen. Yeah, nothing might happen. We don't know. I mean, for all we know, we could be eating Twinkies the rest of our life. Or, I mean, it's like the guy said recently, we didn't know the freaking Toys R Us was going to fail, But let's talk about other issues. So basically, because I'm almost at the meeting mark for other issues, I just want to say, for the record, yeah. Well, one guy basically saw my Facebook post about if the money is good, one would sell their own mama for a nickel. Word. Exactly. That's the thing. People these days are so greedy. They'll sell and sell and sell. I mean, look. Me and Chloe, we have some problems, okay? Let me break it down to you. One of the things that Chloe gets combative with, and I'm not talking negative about her, and I can understand where she's coming from. I mean, me being post-operative, and, she knows I have stubble and stuff, and one of the problems we have in this world is, besides trying to get our grocery stockpile for next month, which if we have enough money coming in soon, I'm hoping I get a deposit soon so I can take us off island so we can get groceries. And I might try to score going to town, to Walmart. I think we need to go to Walmart this time around, Chloe.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we're gonna have to go and do some stuff. Now, let me explain what I'm thinking. Chloe knows, and one of the things is I'm expecting some money to come back on a card I have, anyways, and because it should be in a day or two, and I want to, as I told Mother Danny, this is my show, so I can talk about anything. One of the things is for some of you out there, Chloe doesn't realize I've been wearing these for 10 days.
Oh my.
I don't have any freaking socks. So I've been waiting for, thing is, I've been, I washed my clothes by hand and I've been wearing these for 10 days. I mean, literally, that's it. I'm just wearing my freaking socks. I mean, literally, I am wearing these socks just because I have to have socks. And that's it, literally. And because of it, I'm limited on clothes. So I need to get some new pants and some new shirts and some new camis and socks and underwear. I mean, literally, I'm running low. And yet, being nice as I am, people sit there and say, you should basically lose your benefits because you're buying a dress for Chloe or 2 dresses. Like today, Chloe's new hoodie. I don't know how many fucking people have ripped me a new one saying I could have spent $60 on, instead of your birthday, for Miss Useless McCraphead to buy socks and underwear. I mean, literally, I finally, one of the things that made me cry, and my trigger is, I was getting ready, and I'm going to tell the story because I can, and it's not a bad story. So I was getting ready to wash up, my face, and I like to use a little shaving cream. I have a little stubble, not much. As you can see, I pass very well, and guess, lo and behold, I said, "Where's the cream?" Well, it was on the tub part. Chloe's like doing her thing, and I picked the can up, and we're running really low, and it into a target fest of words, and honestly, when you have intermittent explosive temper disorder, both of us, things fly, and basically, I'm autistic and fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, but things sparks fly, and I can admit the embers were flying, and honestly, what happened was it's the same usual crap, and then you hear, and I have people that contact me through my own phones, and they're like, "We've heard this happened. Is it true?" And I'm like, "Yes, but it's okay." And then you hear the after effect of it's not okay, to be treated like garbage, And so, like today, for example, not complaining or anything, Chloe can see I'm actually curving what I say. She was looking at me and, she was crying off and on. So was I today. And it hurt. I mean, literally, it hurt. Literally, we're hanging out a string of eviction and everyone fucking knows it because this place is dirty. And people say, "Oh, well, it's Chloe's bipolar. Oh, well, it's all your fault." No, it's not my fault. I mean, literally, I got family that will call up of one little thing, and I don't want Chloe to say who, what, when, where, or why, because I don't want her triggering me. But there's family members who will call up the certain agencies, and then I'll come out and I'll be like, "Well, you're about this comes from being victim because you can't clean, but we know you pay Chloe, and Chloe can't do the job, so you need to get rid of her." I mean, that's usually what it is. It's usually, and then it sinks in my head, maybe it should because, look around. I mean, literally, people sit there and, the manager's like, "Well, if you did the dishes every time you did 8, you wouldn't have flies buzzing around by the fucking droves over your sink." I mean, the manager's rude, okay? Well, if you knew this, I mean, the other day, I was wondering why there's bugs freaking buzzing around that table over there, okay? You guys get the understanding, right? I was sitting there, minding my own business, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Trying to figure out why the flies were buzzing around in here, right? Turns out Chloe left an open amount of cake in here. And then, people sit there and say, it's this, that. You know what? I was just looking to say, what the hell is the flies in here for? I mean, literally. I mean, yeah, if we can get that bedroom that Chloe's not using cleaned up and put into storage, we can make this room more of a gaming room. I got an idea for a TV going right there for the Xbox One that Chloe wants to play. But, Chloe's going to get the other TV. The only way she's going to get the other TV, she knows, is if she gets motivated to and do things. I mean, literally. And people sit there and say, well, you're this and you're that, and that's why. I mean, literally. I mean, I've had, I mean, one of the triggers yesterday, okay, and I'm not, and it's both our faults, but mine, it's more so, and I want to explain it to you, okay? So I have people that sit there and say, well, how come you're not buying cigars right now? Oh, I buy a few from time to time. I got my humidor filled up pretty nicely, humidifying. People sit there and say, oh, well, I see you have a whole stack of games you want to try. I've been trying to get into the games. I really am. But, I get depressed to the point of triggers. I mean, I've seen reviews. I know what I like. Chloe knows what she likes. The problem is I have, I'm trying to work out an agreement with someone. I need to see if these guys have any, I emailed some people. I recalibrated a couple things. I got to do some emails tonight. But, my point is when it comes to all this crap, sorry, I'm just standing up for a minute. I'm getting to the point in my life where I am tired of, having people sit there and say, well, it's abuse. I mean, literally, I've heard it from people through Chloe's family on my channel. Oh, I abuse her. Really, I don't abuse her. The real problem is basically, I've had so many people fucking call about her abusing me that I'm getting so fucking drained of it that one day, I might not be around. Literally, that's what I wanted to share with you because I can't take a lot. I mean, literally, I have one problem where I sit here, okay, and this is an example. I don't want Chloe sitting there and snapping at me, but she knows what I'm about to say, I think, anyways, is the neighbor. Neighbor calls the police or a government agency or state agency. Chloe knows this, right? Mm-hmm. Calls them up. They come out and they talk to me. Can we talk to you again, Rena? Next thing you know, I'm talking to the lady. What about this time? Oh, well, it's this. And then the lady tells me, I would really like to do this for you, but you refuse. Well, then you have Chloe do it. Say Chloe's being abused and throw me out of my home. She says, no, we can't do that because you are the breadwinner. Thing is, the lady turns around and says, you're being financially abused. I mean, look, I've had people from extended family members from other states. We won't go into details and names. Again, triggers. They're like, you're lazy, you're fat. I mean, one time I showed pictures of my entire place just to show, right? They said, oh, well, I guess Lazy McCracken has their job where they can be lazy and do nothing. I mean, literally, it was like they can fucking sit there and spend your money, tell you what to do, intimidate and harass you. And if you don't give them what they want, I mean, literally, I mean, look. I mean, if you want to get technical, okay, technical. The problem is with Chloe, is she gets triggered when she thinks I think I'm more female than her. It's not true. 2, she thinks that I want her to grow a beard, and it triggers for her. The thing is what I was trying to explain, and then when I talked to my family about it, I mean, look, here's how it works, okay? I don't think Chloe realizes, okay? And she's right there, by the way, but she's probably going to hear this. The family members that I relate to and look after me to a point, I say to a point. She knows what I mean. It comes to the head comes to a point. Your head comes to a point. As they say in the Santa Claus too. Well, Neil's head comes to a point. Anyways, or Neil's head comes to a point in Santa Claus 1. Judge Reinhold, but as joking aside, is the fact that I bring in X amount of money, okay. And between Chloe's groceries, my groceries, we pay everything separate. Okay, we buy everything separate. Chloe buys her groceries, and the thing is, and I'm gonna say this, just for the record, I don't want Chloe getting angry, but sometimes things are mismanaged. And for example, I can clearly tell you there's a mismanagement in a couple things. I was supposed to get more shaving cream, but with the limited ability to carry groceries home, I got 1 can, thinking, oh, I'll get another can. And then, the micromanagement. I mean, look, if we're going to be micromanaging next month, with the current economy the way it is, no one's in short. People say, "Oh well, I'm going to spend $500-$600 in video games. I'm good." You might be able to spend $500 or $600 in video games, but what if you make one judge and you go hungry? I mean, look, I have so many games I can pull up here through a couple months of economy issues while waiting for getting Chloe on disability. The problem is eating. Okay, I mean, look, for example, and I'll get into the eating thing. The thing about the shaving cream and the razor blades was Chloe got combative on something that was stupid. Okay, she's like a child. Reminds me of that picture with the Photoshop lights, in the dress, and they Photoshop instead of a girl's face that you don't see, it's Donald Trump saying, "I want it now." Well, is hurting, to a point of, and I'm not complaining. No, what I'm trying to say is explain. People want to know how she had a breakdown, and it was over razor blades and shaving. Literally, I was trying to be calm, cool, and collective, and then all of a sudden, this other evil personality came out. It was like they were trying to turn it against me and push me away, and it's to the point where, like today we had an episode where Chloe's crying, so was I, and I finally just said, "Listen." And she's like, I'm not going to go to the food bank. I said, fine. But you know what? If we don't go to the food bank, we go hungry. And we're, literally with all the gifts we have and everything else, we can make this work. But thing is, you just want to sit here and say enough's enough. I said, I mean, literally, I've been basically pushed away. I'm pushed away when, about, the we got into it. And one of the triggers happened was the tobacco. I mean, yes, right now I can clearly tell you, and tomorrow's Chloe's birthday, and there's no tobacco in sight, so I got to deal with it. So, am I depressed? Maybe a bit on the tobacco, but maybe it's because this deal I was trying to put together fell through, but in a good way. I mean, does anyone really want to lose $260 in game sales? No, So Chloe, she knows this too, and so basically, I wanted to share that. With you all. And so one of the things I want to share about also is I got a guy on Facebook who's liking every one of my posts, and it's starting to piss me off. And, I mean, I don't mind any doing things. By the way, this post here, this Facebook meme that I posted on my wall is funny. The guy from what's that one guy? The guy that plays Lislyn Nelson or Neeson. What was that one where he's like an agent that goes after people, left behind or whatever?
Well, where he goes after people, for his daughter? Or?
Yeah, the daughter one. What's the name?
Taken.
Anyways, from the Taken series. In the middle one, he says, "I will find you," and then Chuck Norris says, "And what?" He says, "My apologies, I have dialed the wrong number." I mean, that is the funniest thing I've seen lately. But basically, back to the BS. All right. So technically, I got people telling me to get rid of Chloe. People telling me to buy tickets out and just get everything cleaned up here and ship Chloe out. And I will be in a better position because I won't have Chloe around. But at the same time, I won't need to have problems. I can just sit back and play video games without having the problems. And basically, when it comes to Chloe and Chloe's mom, Chloe's I mean, literally, I don't know. I mean, I would love to sit down with Chloe's mom, like my family said, my family, my other family, all of them, and ask one of the things they would love to sit down and ask in a family get together is the whole thing about Chloe, what makes Chloe the way she is, or what makes her want to keep trying for disability or whatever. I mean, a lot of people out there saying the disability thing is just a scam to milk the Rita, and at times it goes through my head, but what really bothers me is the fact, that I'm trying my best my best, and people sit there and say you're being taken advantage of. And, like people sit there and say, oh, well, you got to do this. And it's like, well, right now, do I got to do this or I got to do that? I mean, look, if we can get some extra money soon, we'll go off island and we will get socks and underwear and what we need for the Super Bowl, and we'll make another trip. We have to budget properly. For all we know, if the government's still shut down in March, there's no food stamps, which means food banks are going to be really tight, and that means we're going to have to be really pushing, utilizing things until the government opens up. Until someone cracks or they give into a wall, which then, if the Democrats crack, then the Americans are going to basically blame the Democrats and say it's your fault. But if the Democrats don't crack, the Republicans crack first, then it's all that, and the Trump thing is not going to be reelected.
If Democrats crack, Trump will get reelected.
That's what I was just saying. But more likely he won't, because, the whole thing about Michael Cohen.
And if Trump gets reelected, that means Republicans get back House, Senate, and then
they're not going to get the House.
Like us, we get our rights taken away.
See, this is the stuff that goes through her head.
Okay.
Problem is, Michael Cohen.
No venting.
Michael Cohen, when he testified in February, it's going to sink the entire battleship fleet that Trump's built. Bottom line, thing is, that's how it's going to play out. But in the meantime, they're using this basically shutdown to cover up everything. He wants to use this. He wants to do that. If you watch Nixon, the movie by Anthony Hopkins, you'll see a lot of similarities of what Nixon tried to do in the past to what Trump's doing today. That's one of the things I can tell you. But I don't want to talk about that in general. What I want to talk about is, the fact that my deal, fell through. Another thing that really irritated the hell out of me is yesterday morning, I was talking to someone about a couple orders. One of them was an Amazon thing. Another one was Forever 21. I got in touch with the right people. And I talked to these people, and I said, basically, what do I do, right? And they said, and I quote, we will contact the right place to make sure the items have been reclaimed. If they're not reclaimed and they're stolen, then I can go and complain to the manufacturers, and they got to either ship them out or take it off my card. One of the things they did tell me is to check all my orders from every place that I've ordered from and make sure that it is basically making sure that everything is going to the right address. For example, if you're going to basically send it, make sure it's going to the right address. Otherwise, you're going to be getting your orders in a different address. So, for example, they're like, if you're going to place an order through Amazon or whatever, the guy's like, just make sure your orders match up to your address. Well, it did. Problem is they basically did, they're like, you need to update it, and then you didn't update it. You move, and the yellow slip ain't working, then it's pretty much, my fault is what they're saying. So they don't want to take the blame for it. So, with me, I'm just like, okay, so yeah, basically, I'm basically trying to check out my my order details on my lists, so I can make sure everything is up to speed. Oh, that was fine. That's fine. That's fine. Basically, I'm trying to make sure we have everything lined up properly without, hopefully, the address are current, because if the address is current, then it was an error in something else, so that's something I'm checking really quick. Literally, I am very on top of these, so technically a little crack like this, so the guy's like, make sure on your your Amazon thing that, and so, that it better be all, you know, all on accurate, So I'm like, okay, we can do this. But yeah, I just thought, that I would check out that because, we were struggling, um on it, and I just want to make sure, that uh everything's current, So that's why I did what I did to make sure, we have all of things current. And if not, then what we do is we change the address to coincide with what we're doing, And so that's something that I was uh, looking into. So, that's what I'm doing right now while I'm talking to you. I'm just checking on, some of these will tell me exactly when the order was placed and pre-orders, for example. I'm just double checking. And then in the end, it'll tell me, well, pre-order was done August. So that was saying, yes, I got my order then. And then it'll tell me right here, like May 22nd, order details. We'll just go in here for a second. And this one was a complaint. So I will check on that in a second. But this here, basically, we're going to change the address here. Shipping address will be changing. And we will be ship to this address. Yes. There you go. You see, done. Shipping address has been updated. There you go. So, pretty much, updated your Amazon order right there, and then we will go click on 2017 just to make sure we have it. I think I didn't order much of 2017 hoodie dress, and yep, nothing. Did I pre-order anything in 2016? I think I did, but it's been a long time. Yeah, I used to like that Netkin phone service, but you know, uh, so yeah. I mean, if you look at it this way, my orders for 2015. I guess I ordered it in 2015, so it's like 4 years in the works, maybe, or did it get disappear? Some I don't know. I just remember ordering it. Maybe it was 2014. Anyways, it was like first day it came out, it was like, oh, I gotta have that. Instead, I haven't seen it yet. These are games I bought for hubby, myself, and it's like, I don't know. I just, I'm looking at orders right now for 2014, and it's like, the thing is I had a pre-order a long time ago, yet it basically disappeared. And I'm wondering, when was my orders available, because I remember placing an order and then my order disappeared. This is 2013. So 6 years of orders, and yet I still can't find it. Maybe 2012 it came out. I remember pre-ordering the game back then, and I was like so stoked about it, yet, you know. Nowadays, I can buy like MLB The Show, and it'll be like dirt cheap. Same with that, So I'm all the way at 2012 with nothing. Last time I bought a mouse was 2012. That was long time ago, I tell you, long time ago. I don't even know what happened, but my latest order, is Christmas time for 20 whatever, Ayori Aoshi. I don't even know what that is. Do we even have those anymore? I don't know. So being yourself, is something good. But like I said, let's go back to talking to about Chloe for a second. So basically what happened was, for Princess Chloe, people sit there and say, oh, well, you shouldn't be abused or, whatever. I was talking to a lady that, last night that Crisis was saying just get rid of her. I mean, literally, I just can't throw her out. That's not my method. You know, I can't just toss her away. I mean, you know, yeah, there's a lot of mental illnesses and problems, but why throw her out in wintertime? Why, you know, oh, well, you know, it upsets me, but at the same time, being myself, it's hard. I mean, literally, a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, you need to be yourself, or you need to do this, you need to do that. Frankly, that's true, but also I need to let you all know that, you know, one of the things that triggers me the most, and I want to share this with y'all being disabled, is, you know, sitting there, okay, and this is something everyone knows. That's why these fuckers call up and say, oh, yeah, Rita's being abused, Rita's being abused. Then they got to investigate it, as usual. The reason for it is basically, you know, these people call up and they press their ears to that wall, and, you know, it's, oh, you want me to be a bearded woman, you know, and, you know, with Chloe's break in reality or split or, you know, episode as they call it, I'm a bastard. Okay, that's cool. I'm a bastard. That's great. I like being a bastard. Fortunately, the neighbors basically have a hair up their ass. You know, then they get the investigation and it's like, oh, well, what was it about this time? Oh, the usual crap. And people sit there and say, you know, you can't basically, you know, I mean, like for example, one of the triggers today, you know, and you know, I know someone out there. Is this empty? Soon I'm gonna have to give you over to Chloe for a couple minutes. Let her talk while I refill the coffee pot cup because I'm gonna be falling asleep soon. But let me cut the BS. So, for example, people sit there and then we have these people come out and they're like, well, Chloe, you know this. I mean, I had a lady that asked me the other day. She says, you can barely hold it together with one person. How are you barely holding it together for two? It's a struggle. I mean, we got electrical help. My family's like, ow, you know, you need to basically not use your power. I mean, literally what upsets me the most is I can turn off everything in the house except one light bulb and leave closed computer on. And the bill's over $250 a month. I mean, literally. I mean, what are we supposed to turn off every fucking thing in the house and not use it? Freeze? So anyways, back to the help, okay? So basically, people sit there and say, oh, we'll help you where you can. But they get angry because, for example, well, I was talking to a lady the other day, and she's like, yeah, I get harassed all the time by Chloe's family. You need to do this, you need to do that. Chloe needs to get a job. Thing is, if Chloe's going to get a job, Chloe's going to have to go through certain agencies, and those agencies can't help her unless she freaking gets her diagnosis. And they already tried, and they're like, we're sorry, we're not going to give it. You need to give me $25,000. The guy's a private practice. He can turn around and tell me to pay $1,000 for a record. Just a summary. I have to pay. I mean, literally, it's like, you want her medical record to find out what happened? I mean, the other day, I was talking to someone about this. $70 bill if I want to get her medical records. And I always go through them anyways, find out where the fall, you know. And this last hospitalization was her making out with an African-American kid that's younger. And, you know, the thing is people sit there around on this island where we live in a goldfish bowl. And it's like, oh, we're so sorry for you, Rita. You must be so sick of it. You know, you must be heartbroken. And one of the things is today's argument, right, was, you know, and Chloe's mom, if you're watching this, you should understand. I sit there and I do dip. Chloe sits there and Chloe runs down the hill faster and up the hill faster. And the only time I stop is when Moppy wants to sniff, piss, or poop. And I clean it up. But anyways, this isn't a negative chat fest about Chloe. So what happened is today I told Chloe, I said, you know why I stay quiet on these walks? Because frankly, I get upset and triggered every day. And I can't have triggers. Well, I was telling this to the psychiatrist that looked up Chloe's info, and she's like, Rita, you need to let it out, you know. So one of the things I was telling her is I do these videos. Thing is I'm not letting it out to you guys, but lately I've been to the point where I've been so frustrated and exhausted, you know, that some days I just want to play video games, some days I want to sleep. I mean, how much hard is it to just sleep? I mean, literally. I mean, I got people that I'm working on deals with are trying to get something moving along, and yet I want to sleep. I got people sitting there telling me, oh, well, everything's going to work out. I want to sleep. Literally. And then on top of all of this, like I said, I'm going to have to give her the helm for a couple of minutes while I'm going to sit in the get some coffee. But point is, people sit there and say, well, that's why you're quiet. Well, the other thing I get irritated about is, and this is where my extended family and all these fuckers call up, like for example, there's a lady that really hates Chloe with a passion on this island, and I'm not going to give names. Names are a no because it's a violation. But anyways, we're just going to say this lady. Okay, that's cool. This lady, not Chloe, turns around and calls all the time and says, oh yeah, Rita's being abused. Lady comes out, investigates. Says, I know you're being abused, but we can't touch her. Yeah, your best bet is to get rid of her. Now, every time this lady hears Chloe scream about shaving cream, razor blades, or one of the other numerous craps, and the lady needs to mind her own business. This lady needs to mind her own business. What I'm trying to say as nicely is, for example, the other day, the lady was investigating it, and it was talking to someone here on the island who I go through for business. And basically, they said, yes, Rita spends a little more than she should here because she's taking care of Chloe Spice. Well, it's none of anyone's business, but, now I'm being looked at for other problems because, I get the idea. Like, I was talking to, like, today, one of the things I was trying to stay quiet was I was trying to explain my frustration to Chloe, and it came out wrong. And I'm not saying, oh, well, it was an argument so much. It was, like, one-sided, It's like the little kid, not for me. I expressed my frustration, and the little kid came out, and that's how I see Chloe, a little kid. But anyways, let's just give you a quick example. So what happened is this guy's trying to do deal. Remember I just talked to you about the beginning of the video about in the beginning of the video about my games, right? So anyways, I said, yeah, I might bring, he wants to pick him up tomorrow. Didn't give me anything today. He just ignored me. So fuck him. Anyways, he's upset that I caught on to a scam. He wanted to give me one game for 3. These 3 are $260. I'm taking a $200 loss. Which Chloe at first said, oh, that's cool. But Chloe realized that's not cool. I mean, Chloe realized math. She knows it's not cool. And I'm proud of her for realizing that. That's the word, proud. But, anyways, when I was talking to this guy last night, I said, yeah, sometimes, being just mentally ill, I'm selling these, but I am hoping to get a little more out of it. And I said, something tasty, Well, he's like, I can pick you up something else, including, do you want pizza? Do you want this? Well, he was hinting at Little Caesars. And frankly, I can't have Little Caesars without Chloe. So today I was trying to vent my frustrations to Chloe, saying, hey, this guy wants to get me food on top of it, but still I'm being shafted maybe, $20 additional, so maybe $160 to $180. The rest is food.
What I was saying though is that you shouldn't go for that deal because that food's not going to make up for the money he's not actually paying for how much.
Well, exactly. And here's the thing that I would like to talk about food for a second.
I would like it would be nice for us to eat something, but I just don't think you should.
No, I'm not throwing it away. Never got back.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you should not.
So let me give you a sweet idea, okay? I'm going to give you an example of something that happened recently, okay? So the other day, like I said, yeah, this morning, one of the triggers was I was telling Chloe, a guy wants to bring me food. Now, one of the triggers is between, the whole razor blade shaving cream and the whole thing. One of my triggers is, and everyone knows this, and that's why people fucking use it, is the what about me scenario. Is the trigger there, and because it's a trigger, look what happens. Okay, I get screwed. Yeah, I mean, I hear, "Oh, you're a bastard." It's like, what about me? And the thing is, yes, Chloe's right. Where the economy's hurting. Yes, if I'm talking about getting a burger, and this guy's gonna bring me a burger, including give me one game for Chloe's Christmas. I'm trading 3 and a burger. He should bring Chloe a burger too. Problem is, he's just like, oh, I can bring something. I can bring you a pizza. Chloe's lactose intolerant. If we brought a pizza, it'd be crap. If he brought a KFC famous bowl, the spicy, it'd be crap because there's cheese in it. You have to order for her at the place. You can't just sit there and say no cheese, and he'll be like, oh yeah, what are they? Oh yeah, I screwed her over. Meanwhile, the same goes for Big Macs or whatever. So there's a thing. I mean, literally, that you got to look at it from a different perspective. A lot of people sit there and say Chloe's trying too hard being female, being like, what about me? I'm a woman, and the thing is a lot of people are calling these agencies and saying, hey, look, this is what's happening and that's what happened. I mean, look, I was talking to the psychiatrist the other day, and we won't go into details, but the psychiatrist is like, yeah, that's kind of a form of a financial abuse thing. But I said, no, it isn't. I mean, I wear my heart on my shoulder, on my sleeve here. Problem is I, certain things is hard. I mean, I would love to do a video, and maybe I will continue this. But I don't know. Do I want to stop this and do a part 2, or do I want to continue this and let her have it? Well, what do you think I should do? A part 2?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get some coffee and stuff. I'll continue. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Keep it nice, all we ask, and look for part 2 coming up. Thank you, and God bless you all.